So if you have leaky gut, you're telling me that I need to reconnect to my body and open up my heart. So this person is talking about chakras. He says that his crown chakra, his third eye chakra, and his throat chakra are open. But then his sacral, his solar plexus, and his root chakra is closed. So I think he was asking the question, do I need to open up those chakras in order to heal? What is the relation of chakras, emotions, and healing leaky gut? So chakras is just this fancy name for energy center. We have 7 main chakras, and when I was on my venture of healing leaky gut, I also learned about chakras and yoga and anything to do with energy. Basically what it's come down to is that it doesn't really matter. Like, in the end of the day, chakras, crown chakra, this chakra, opening up this chakra, using binaural beats to like get this chakra activated or closed, it doesn't really, for me, it didn't really do anything. If it works for you, great, but I didn't want to do this consistent rebalancing practice all the time, because for a while I was doing these meditations to rebalance my chakras and my energy centers, or to close them, or to put like an invisible cloak over me. But really, in the end of the day, it's just about healing the energy that is all in the front here. So the root chakra has everything to do with your foundation. So the root really determines your health. And to heal the root chakra, you have to basically just heal your entire childhood. Your root chakra is your foundation. So it's really like revamping how you were emotionally regulated or wired when you were growing up. So people who grew up in strict environments, or they had really strict parents, or really controlling parents, or parents or family dynamics where there wasn't a lot of emotional talk, which is almost like everyone. A lot of people tend to get these health problems, but I see more patterns with people who had some sort of trauma. So whether it was like some sort of abuse, or just like narcissistic abuse, or like control, or really just strict parenting, or very punitive parenting, a lot of these kids get these stomach problems. And sometimes maybe that's not the case, but it could be just parenting that's like over worrying and over controlling. It could be just that as well. So that's the pattern that I've seen. So it's really about healing this huge control issue and huge restriction issue, and this punitive thing that you're just so used to. So you're just like unconsciously just punishing yourself all the time. There's a lot of guilt going on. There's a lot of codependent, or these really strong traumatic attachments, or insecure attachments. So that's your foundation, and everything's just really stressful because everything's really insecure. So basically, if you grew up really, in an emotionally insecure environment where there was a lot of that going on, or a lot of yelling going on, or chaos, or just craziness, you held it in your body as a very sensitive child. And your sacral chakra, your energy center, is everything to do with your creativity, your emotions. And so people who are more creative, or more artsy, or more free-spirited, like that type, or troublemakers, I feel these sorts of personalities, or these go-getter personalities, higher achievers, type A, controlling type of personalities, also tend to be more susceptible to getting stomach issues, because it kind of just invites all that stress in. And then your solar plexus chakra, it has everything to do with your self-esteem and your confidence, yourself, like your center. So chakras, it's cool to like put this all into theory and understand it, but basically if you just heal your childhood, and you heal the control issue and the restrictiveness, the punishment, the guilt, the anger, the emotion regulation piece, that's how you're going to heal leaky gut. But that doesn't happen in one shot, and it doesn't happen overnight. So these cleanses that you're doing, those help on a physical level, but to heal the root issue as a holistic approach, along with doing like a physical cleanse, you need to also do an emotional cleanse if you really want to just be free of ever needing to eat a certain way or be restrictive. Because, you know, I was on a really restrictive diet before, but I'm not at all anymore for the last 2 years, and I eat whatever now. And I used to have a lot of problems when I was younger, going to the bathroom and things like that. And it's just really, it just shows you how much you're dysregulated in your body and how much you're holding on to emotionally. So even though your mind says, okay, I know that I need to let go and I know I need to heal my childhood, but this is, knowing this up here is just one thing. Like, having the awareness is really good, but it is really going back into your body and opening these areas up. And that in itself is like a work in progress, because your body has been unconsciously wired into a state of resistance and into a state of freeze. So people with leaky gut, people with candida, there's this thing called freeze response, or you're just frozen. You know when you're scared and you freeze? Like, literally you have so much of this going on inside of you, all throughout your gut. And that's what leaky gut is. Leaky gut is just a bunch of like frozen kind of energy, this very anxious energy, like a lot of anger and like guilt and like just a lot of repressed garbage that just you don't need anymore. And I'm obviously saying this from like personal experience of kind of going through the whole transition from, let's do the physical cleanse, let's try every cleanse there is out there, every detox there is out there, every essential oil there is out there, then let's go into this, let's go into Chinese medicine, and let's go into like all these different meditations and affirmative prayers, and let's go into crystals, and let's go into like reflexology and any of the healing arts. But then what I was saying to somebody quite recently is that there's no actual technique or method stronger than you just coming back to yourself and you just like getting in touch with yourself. But your ego is so protective of the pain that is actually in your body that your mind so will do everything else it can to stay away from yourself. Like, there's such a dissociation and there's such a pain that coming back, your mind's like, no, 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 no. And it's like there's such a huge denial and disconnection that you're trying to, but it's just been disconnected for so long that even just coming back is like the first piece that you need to work on, is simply just spending time with yourself and just kind of seeing, okay, I can see that my body is in this state of resistance. I can see that I am actually very much anxious. I can see that me and my body are not one at all. And that is the first thing that you need to do to heal leaky gut, is just to even have that awareness that there is a dissociation going on. And even though I'm saying this, you're like, okay, yeah, I know. For me, it took a long time of doing like a lot of body trauma work and like massaging my body and just getting in touch again with my body to like start waking up parts of me that I have ignored for a very long time before. So I spent some time doing that, but I spent even like more time wasting my time on everything else but coming back to me. So that is the truth. Healing your root chakra or your sacral chakra or your solar plexus chakra, it's the most important things, because even though you have great awareness with your third eye chakra or your crown chakra, you can't fully realize that potential and utilize your gifts in this world without having your base of the pyramid first. Like, your power needs to have that kind of foundation. And your throat chakra, your voice, it's not fully heard unless you have that confidence in yourself, in your stomach, in like the unconscious part of you to really project that forward. So I hope that makes a little bit more sense in terms of the relationship between chakras and energies and your childhood and healing leaky gut. If I were to just simply put it, it's about just healing the heart of your soul. Because when you heal deeply the heart of your soul includes the whole thing. Your soul is all the chakras. So that's the very last thing that I explored in the healing arts, is like, you know, like who do you go to when you're kind of desperate, is like the ancient masters, right? Who really know what they're talking about. And it has nothing to do with like them needing to prove anything, but it's them knowing that it's the soul. And so the soul of who you are is eternal. When you heal that part of you, your entire energetic blueprint and all of your energetic bodies, if you get into all of that, astral body and this body and this body, they all become healed when the heart of your soul becomes healed, because this part is the strongest part of you, and it is really who you are inside as an eternal being, as a person who lives on forever. Like that forever part of you is that part that needs the deepest healing. And then when that part is healed, the energy centers become cleared, the meridians become cleared, and then your body completely flows back to normal. And this is the truth. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye.